Good morning, pen friends. It's Kelly. I'm back with another vlog. Later on, I'm going to show you some of my new TWSBIs and also talk about my planner and journal ecosystem that I've been using for the first 6 months of 2026. But of course, first I have to do some barn chores. This is my indoor riding arena, which I am not using this week because the part of the country that I live in is having a horrible heat wave with heat indexes over 100 degrees. So no riding, but my horses are out this morning. So I'm gonna go do chores and I'll meet you guys in my office afterwards. Okay, all my chores are done and we are back in my cozy room. And my unhelpful helper, Munchkin, might come back on the desk. I included a little clip earlier of her helping me set up for this little video. Here is my planner and journal ecosystem for 2026. I have made some changes if you used to follow me on TikTok from what I'm doing, but let's get started with it. I never thought that I could do this, but I am actually in two Hobonichi cousins right now. And the first one, this one, which I love, this is the Tamagotchi cover with the plastic cover and cover. This one is all about my health and wellness. I do have a chronic health and condition that I do log a lot of things, which you'll see. And it's actually helped me a lot speak to my doctors. Okay, Munchkin's gonna have to move because you can't see. I use this rating system, which you can see right here. This will make sense in a minute, so remember that. These are my pain ratings for the year. Hold please, we have to move Munchkin. Every day I make a pain rating out of 10 with total pain and symptoms of what's going on with me, and that's what this is. So you can see there are days where I'm having a lot of pain and symptoms, and then other days that are a little bit better. I actually started this one at the end of last year when I came home from Egypt, or just before I went to Egypt, actually. And so when Hobonichi releases their 2027 releases, I'll just start in that journal. I wasn't really sure if this was going to work for me, and I had an extra Hobonichi cousin that I needed something to do with, and so it's morphed into this. Then this next section is my gratitude. Every day I write down one thing or multiple things, just depends, that I'm grateful for. And then in the schedule section, Munchie will not go away, I am recording my diet, what I eat, to see if that's linked to any of my symptoms. And it's quite interesting that sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. So I'm not sure if diet is a factor in any of my health symptoms. But then we come all the way back here to the daily pages, and this is something I started doing last year. At the top of the page, I have all of my habits that I'm trying to do every day, or at least consistently. Habits are really hard for me to keep. And then over here I have my body chart. So this just marks over time where my pain and symptoms are located and what they are. So we can just kind of flip back through, and you can see that I'm having a lot of cervical spine issues and headache issues, low back issues. Anyway, so that's what that part is for. And then these little guys are where I rate my sleep, my mood, my energy, and my bodily functions, because that's important for what I have. And if you're interested in doing something like this, I would definitely encourage you to do it. It has significantly improved the quality of care I'm receiving from my doctor, because they'll say, are you having pain? And I just open this up and I can say, over the last 6 months, this is what my combined pain and symptoms would be rated as. And quite frankly, then being able to go back and look at these charts and see where things are moving and what they're doing, that's really informed the lab tests and imaging and medications that I've been able to have better access to. All right, so that's my first Hobonichi cousin. The second one is just my regular kind of like schedule, daily pages. And oh, hold on. Oh, I have my address covered up, so I can just open it. Okay. And so this is my general regular main Hobonichi. These pages, where in the other book was a pain rating, these are whether my horses are in or out, and then sometimes I note if I worked a bunch of horses that day and things like that. I'm not really consistent how I use this, but if you pause and enlarge it, you can see all the days that either my horses had to be in or out and what the weather was like. And then going to the monthly calendar section, this is where I'm recording the weather. I did this all last year too, and I just think it's really fun to go back even now last year or a couple months ago and just see how the weather changes over time. I, of course, as you see from my channel, spend a lot of time outside, so I'm constantly on the weather apps. All right, and then in the daily pages section, Atlas Stationer's card. This has evolved over the year, but this is where I am right now. And I can go back some other days too. Oh, there's some days I didn't doodle. Let's find a good one. Oh, okay. Well, let's start here. So at the beginning of the month, what I'm doing now, I was doing goals. I would never meet the goals, and then that would just frustrate me. So now what I'm doing at the end of the month, I go back on my sticker printer and I print out some little picture stickers of cool things that happened that month. And that just kind of makes me feel more connected to my lived experience. And I can quickly go back and say, oh yeah, that's kind of how this year went. And some of the memories are good. And then like in April, I lost one of my horses, passed away. So that's kind of a sad memory. Or I've been, this is a picture that my friend who was visiting working with the horses took. It was just kind of funny. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with that section of this area. But then the rest of these pages in Munchkin is really not helping. Since the war started, or conflict, not going to get into all that. I've been cataloging our conflict with Iran, how many days we've been doing that, and then just any kind of interesting news that pops up on Google News. And that's been really interesting the last couple of months, going back and just seeing like how the news cycle works. That's really helped for my sanity. Another thing that I do is every day I do the 369 method of manifestation, which is kind of like meditating, kind of like praying, and I am working towards manifesting continued health for myself. And I could get into this and talk about this in another video if anyone's really interested. I do feel like this has helped me, and I do feel like it's helped make progress. And then because I'm trying to force myself to be more creative, every day I do a little doodle, and those either feel like a chore or are super fun. Then I just have a section down here where I can write just anything, any kind of notes. And then this is a very key section for me. It's a wish list. It is not a to-do list. When I have a to-do list, I absolutely won't do it. Even if I'm telling myself to do something, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. That feels like a chore. And I don't want my life to feel like a chore all of the time. And so I have a wish list every day. These are things that I wish that I could do, but for one reason or another, maybe I just can't get to it. And let's see. Oh, this is a good day. June 30th. I wanted to do my laundry. I wanted to do some more doodles. I wanted to do work on sewing pen rolls, which is another one of my hobbies. But I didn't get to it. But I did get to all of these things. And so in the morning, when I work in my daily pages journal, which I'll show you next, I will just freeform say everything that I think is going to happen that day and sort of like train of thought, just journal, journal, journal. Then I distill that down into this wish list of all the things that, I do really want to accomplish that day. And then as the day progresses throughout the day, I'll go back and look at my list and say, oh, what haven't I done? What do I need to do next? Because I work for myself and I work from home, and so sometimes little tasks and things that would really make life better, like doing your laundry and making chicken tacos, I forget about that and I find myself sitting there thinking like, what should I do next? Well, the wish list really helps me out. Munchie. And I sewed Hobonichi had these little bookmarks that you could buy from Yumi Kitagishi. And so I like cut it up and I sewed it on there. The cats really like to bite it and play with it. It's cute. Okay. And then the last main part of my overall journal ecosystem is one of these journals. Right now it's this brand. It's an Odyssey Notebooks and it's a Tomoe River paper. Hold on, let me find a page I can actually show. All right, well, this is today's, but what I generally do is I wake up in the morning. Today I was just talking about Europa not being comfortable, one of my mares not being comfortable with the heat, but I'll talk in long form about how I'm feeling, what's going on, what I'm thinking about, what I plan to do for the day, and that all goes in here. Another thing I've been doing with this, which I can't show because it's just a lot of my own personal private thoughts that I wouldn't share with anyone ever, I am taking all of my washi tapes and stickers and I just slap it on there. Maybe I'll do a journal setup of my ugly journaling, which is what I call it, in another video. But again, I'm trying to just help myself be more creative and playful by using those things without any rules or judgment. Munchie is playing with my yoga chime bowl, singing bowl. I don't know if she loves it. And then the last thing I'm trying out are traveler's journals. I do really like to travel. I don't have a ton of trips planned this year, but I am going to DC soon. And so I got this Moterm cover on Amazon and I have a bunch of like traveler's inserts. The first one is just a sticker release because I can never figure out where to put stickers. So if I just stick them in here, if I find some place I want to stick it, I can stick it there. But if I don't, it can just live there and it's like no pressure. And I love buying stickers. I have some more I want to put in there. The second one is just trip planning. And this is all about my DC trip I'm going to be taking with one of my friends. We're going to be at the DC Pen Show on Friday. So if you want to say hi, reach out, let me know. This is going to be a sketchbook. Haven't gone anywhere yet, so it's empty. And then this one is going to be the journal where I put ephemera and write about my day. And originally I bought a standard traveler's cover and I just don't think that's going to work for me. Not only can I not chunk it up enough, they're not big enough to like hold enough books. This one I think will be better because I can put stickers and ephemera and cards and tickets, and like I already shoved my passport in there. It fits in there. Plus on the top it opens up and I can even maybe stuff some cash or brochures or whatever. I just think this will be a more practical option when we're actually going around touring to toss in my like daily carry bag while I'm traveling. So that is my planner stack. Those are my 4 main things that I have going on right now. Okay, it's just another day, but I wanted to share some recent pen purchases. Here they are. I made my first AliExpress order, and I hate to say that it went really, really well. I don't know if I'm going to make a habit of ordering things from AliExpress, but the customer service was really good. Things shipped really quickly, and I had absolutely no issues. The 3 pens that I got from AliExpress are these 2 Chinese or Taiwanese exclusive TWSBI Diamond mini pens, and I love lavender and I love pink, and so I really, really wanted both of these pens. I spent probably double what each of them would be, you know, retail in the US. Would we get these? But I really feel like they add to my overall TWSBI collection. The pink one came with a bottle of TWSBI Pink ink. And I'm going to show you a little swatch writing sample of that at the end. And then the other one I bought, this wasn't like a special edition with an ink that came with it. This is just a Diamond Mini with lavender trim. So I really love this. It matches a lot of my other pens. And sometimes what I like to do is that I like to take a whole bunch of pens in a certain colorway, like lavenders and pinks, and I'll make up a little pen case full of those, and that's what I'll use for a week or two. I'll have to show you guys that process at some point. So that's those two. This one I inked with the pink ink, and this one I have Birmingham Pen Company Washed Lavender, but I'll show that in a minute. The last thing that I bought from AliExpress is the TWSBI Eco in cement gray. And maybe it is the most boring color to have hunted down, but I have wanted this cement gray TWSBI Eco for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. And so when I found it on there, I put it in my cart, I bought it, it shipped, and it showed up, and it was actually a genuine TWSBI. I was so thrilled. And I got it in an extra fine or a fine. And of course, I inked it up immediately with Hongdian Gray, my favorite ink. Gray ink and a gray pen, so creative. And then when these TWSBI Fluorites came out, I did get this pen. This has a Coffee Monsters Co sticker on it because I actually have two. I inked this one with Robert Oster's Sinner's Heart, and then I inked the other one with a different ink, Pink Squirrel actually. And so yeah, I have two of these. I knew that they were going to come with different swirls and things to them, and so I didn't want to get one that I didn't love, because the swirly blue one, I did get one that I didn't really super love, but it's fine. But I do really like both of the ones that I got in the fluorite. And so I got a fine and an extra fine. I have such a large TWSBI Eco collection that I have tons of all of the different nib sizes, and I really haven't had many fines or extra fines. So I have been kind of like backstocking, I guess, so that I have enough that I can ink up 3 or 4 of them in whatever nib size I want. So extra fine, fine. And then the last 2 pens that I purchased, not at the same time, probably about a month apart maybe, are the Kino pens. And these are from Dominant Industry, I think. Yes, Dominant Industry. And I'll just show part of the box in this. The packaging is really beautiful, and the theme, if you don't know, it's all about staying in different rooms of a hotel. And inside the packaging, there's like a little metal placard here. This is from the Serenity, the blue, brown, purple one. And they're all named after room numbers. So this is room number 1, Serenity. It comes with a bookmark that has some journaling prompt, and then a side, I guess you could color this in. Cute. And then it comes with a little room key. I don't know what I will do with the little room keys, but it's really beautiful packaging. And I thought the pen was reasonably priced for what they are. Okay, so these are the 2 Kinos. This first one here is let's bring you guys back down here. This first one, this is the 001 Serenity, and it's interesting. The cap is cream, the hardware is rose gold, but this body has this like shimmery, chatoyant blobs of sort of like ocean blue, and then the things that look sort of white are actually a little bit purple. Some of them are cream white and pearly, and then like this is a little bit of shimmery purple, and it actually stands out more in the sunlight, which is really neat. So I bought this one in a medium because I bought the other one in a fine. And one of the really cool things about this pen is the nib. It has like a little key at the tip of the nib. Are you guys seeing that? Fabulous. And it has an ebonite feed. And the ebonite feed is really wonderful. I have put, oh, here's the other cool thing about them. The converter actually has matching hardware to the pen, which is really beautiful and a thoughtful detail. And all the threads are metal on metal rather than metal on plastic. Things that I really love. They're really comfortable to write with. They feel a lot like ergonomically pretty close to using like a TWSBI or like a pen about this size. This is an SD. So it's a really comfortable pen to write with beyond all the details and everything like that. But one of the really cool things beyond the things we've just talked about is that because of the ebonite feed, you can put a drier writing ink in this and it still writes really beautifully. And so I've been really enjoying between this one and the second one. This is the, oh, I can't remember what number this one is, and I lost the box. I don't know what I did with it. This is the Cherishment Kino. And again, rose gold trim, and where this cap on the left is cream, this is a very, very, very pale pink. And it's really a really beautiful color that looks very nice with the trim. And the same thing with the body is that in the sunlight, it just shimmers and dances. And there are kind of like blues and pinks and purplies and everything to it. There's a lot more depth than you see on camera. And again, ebonite feed and the absolutely like gorgeous nib. This one I got in a fine. These two pens, this one I have Megalodon in, which is a Birmingham Pen Company ink, one of my favorite inks. Megalodon is this like pinky brownie, sometimes it writes black on certain papers, like a really, really light brown, pink, black. I don't know. I'll show you that on my journal. And then this one is a sample that I got from Van Ness Pen Shops. I've been Kobe ink curious, and so I bought a bunch of samples. And this is Kobe Fouquet Urban Blue. And I want to put this in one of my brush markers too. That's why I got this. It's kind of like a foggy blue. It's really pretty. I'm really enjoying it. It does feel like a drier writing ink, but it's absolutely no match, or no problem, I should say. No problem with the ebonite feed. Really neat. And so I'm just going to set these over here. TWSBI, hold on one second. I'll show you this swatched. Here is the TWSBI pink. I really like it. I really, really love pink inks though, so yeah, of course I'm gonna like it. It's interesting though, when you write, it does have sort of like this sort of, I don't know, black cast in it. So it's actually not too light to read. And for example, there's a little writing sample, but I'll show you on some different paper. This is a Nemesine notebook by Maruman, and it's what I swatch all my inks on. Okay, but this gal, I got this one in an extra fine, again, because I had very few extra fine pens, and says TWSBI. It's the mini diamond. Let's see. And pink. And this is the TWSBI pink ink. This is how it comes out in an extra fine. It's still really quite legible, and I find that to be pretty impressive for how light and bright it is. It's a really beautiful pink color. Super happy with it. Okay, and then this one, my lavender, she is inked She is inked with Birmingham Pen Company Washed Lavender. Mini Diamond. And then this is Birmingham Pen Company. It's hard to wash right underneath my camera. And this is a medium. These minis are so cute. They screw on the end of the pen to post, which is really handy, and then just screw to close. I have kind of a larger hand, so I can't really write with them unposted very well. I guess maybe I could. But I wear a size 8.5 glove, if that, writing glove, if that helps anyone. I guess, yeah, I can. But with the cap screwed on, it's just like writing with a regular Diamond 580, in my opinion. I only have one Diamond 580, and it is the Iris. I can show you that. Oh, actually, I could show you in comparison. That one's sitting right here. Here they are. You can kind of see the size difference. This one has to get cleaned out. It had an explosion. Okay, anyway, then this one, my Fluorite. Let's see what pen size, what nib size is this one? This is, oh, this is a medium. So this is the TWSBI Eco. And this is Sinner's Heart. Oh no. No, this is Pink Squirrel. Also a Robert Oster ink. One of my all-time favorite inks, and I don't know if they make this anymore, but Pink Squirrel is a really beautiful sort of black pink. And of course it writes a little bit differently on all different types of papers. And then these two, just for a nib size comparison, line comparison, here is the medium Kino. And I have that in the Serenity medium. Medium nib. And that is Fouquet AE. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. Forgive me. Urban Blue. It's such a beautiful color, and it does change colors on this versus the thinner Tomoe River paper. Okay, so that's that one. And then this is Megalodon, is also kind of a drier ink, and it looks so beautiful, and it is so smooth. So this is the Fine. Birmingham Pen Company. Megalodon. Oops, missing an A. It's really hard to write under the camera. There you go. If they come back out with this, I would 100% recommend picking it up. Hold on, I can show you what a swatch looks like. It has so many different colors and depth to it on all different papers. It's a really cool ink. Hang on, I'll show you what the swatch looks like. Here's a little writing swatch of it in my Nemesine notebook. This is a very different paper than the Tomoe River paper, but you can see like the pinky browny black. It's like, this is the big version, like if you do a big swatch and then in a finer nib, it comes out kind of like black pink. Oh, there it is in a stub nib. And a Kakuno medium. Clearly I've put this in a lot of inks, pens. And this is what it looks like. It is so gorgeous. This is what it looks like with water. I have used this in kind of like ink painting watercolors before too. Such a cool color. And you can really see that the pink and black and brown in it. Anyway, okay, Megalodon. This notebook is, I can show you the front of it. It's part of my journal ecosystem that you saw in the beginning of the video. And it is by a company called Odyssey Notebooks, and that is their website. You guys can see it. I do really like it. This is Tomoe River paper, but it is the 68 GSM. And I think this paper actually behaves really, really well, and it does present the inks in a really good light. Well, anyway, those are some of my new pen acquisitions recently, and I am loving every single one of them. And the cement gray really has been a keystone, capstone, I don't know, whatever. It's been the like holy grail TWSBI Eco that I've been searching for forever. So, all right, that's all for this video. And if you keep watching, I'm just going to insert some cute clips of my animals being cute that happened since I started filming this vlog.